What is going on, YouTube? It's your favorite YouTuber, me and my kicks. Now, you saw my top 10 sneaker pickups of 2025, my top 10 sneaker steals of 2025. You saw my top 10 underrated shoes of 2025. But you know, you can't get all the shoes you want. You know, you miss out. Sometimes your money funny. Sometimes you just miss out on the shoe completely. So, you know, it might not be, you know, the shoe might have not have came out in your area. It was just like state related drop. So, you know, there's a myriad of reasons in which you don't get a shoe. So I had to go ahead and make this list. So coming up is my top 10 sneakers that I missed out on in 2025 coming up. First up is an honorable mention. We're going to go with the Angel Reese Reebok shoes. And the reason why I missed out on these is because, you know, they was like a somewhat limited release. They only came out Dick's Sporting Goods and Reebok. And then, you know, since it's a women's release, I think I need a size 11.5 or 12 in these. So, you know, my size kind of sold out a little bit earlier than expected. Also, they've been giving small restocks, but I've been buying other shoes, so I didn't have a lot of money to buy those as opposed to the other shoes that I've been copying. Since it's like a little bit limited in places and stuff like that, this is why I missed out on those shoes. But I wanted the pink colorway of those. Like, the pink colorway is one of the best ones in my opinion, and I wanted to keep that for the collection because Angel Reese, you know, she plays for Chicago Sky. She's a decent player. In fact, she's doing her thing, grinding as a, you know, African American woman in the business of basketball. She doing her thing, so I got to support. And I will eventually get these shoes, but I haven't gotten time to get it. So coming in as my honorable mention is the Reebok Angel Reese shoes in all pink. Coming in at number 10 is the Nike Air Book Wuthas. I figured these was going to be a little bit hype on them because it was only 1,996 pairs made because he was born in 1996, so they made 1,996 pairs. And, you know, people don't really like books like that, man. Like, every book that has came out has, you know, came and went. It's sitting on the shelves. So the resellers grabbed it. They retailed at like 180, 160 if I'm not mistaken, and resell on them is like 250, 275. Now, I have study money that I can use to get them and get them for a nice price, but you know, I mean, I just really wish I'd have got them at retail. So I didn't buy them with the study money on eBay or whatever yet, so I'm still waiting. I will eventually get them. I'm just hoping that, I'm just kind of like looking at the price of those. I think that they will go down because no one is really buying them shoes like that. So I hope as time goes on, this price gradually goes down and I'm able to get them for the price that I want. But anyways, coming in at number 10 is the Nike Book One What the edition. Coming in at number 9 is the Ferrari 14s. Like, you know, when these came out, these sold out like hotcakes, which is crazy because when they first came out back in the day, they didn't, you know, they chilled. Like, I ain't gonna say they sat or they was like, you know, underrated, but people, you know, if you wanted them, you could have got them. This was not the case this time around. Like, they sold out like crazy. And I wanted to get another pair and sell my older retro pair that I got, but it just wasn't in the cars this year. So I probably keep my old original pair since I couldn't get the retro. So coming in at number 9 is the Ferrari 14s. Coming in at number 5 is the Air Jordan 5 Lightnings. Those were like semi-limited here and there. Like, it wasn't as wide as a release as I thought it would be. You can get them for a nice price resale-wise. So, you know, I probably, you know, use some of the study money to eventually get that later on down the line. But, you know, it's definitely a classic colorway, classic shoe, you know, all yellow Air Jordan 5. I always wanted those. I was hoping they would be plentiful, similar to like the Undefeated 4s, but you know, it is what it is. So coming in at number 8 is the Air Jordan 5 Lightning Edition. Coming in at number 7 is the Nike Future GT Wale Edition, or the DMV Edition. This shoe only came out in the DMV area, so, you know, since it was limited to that area, you know, the resellers took it and went crazy with it, man. Like, what's crazy is, like, you know, when they came out, they were semi-sitting in that area, but you know, resellers grabbed it and like resold them. So that's why, like, the resale on them is currently like $450 right now, and I don't feel like paying that much for a Future. You know what I mean? Like, the Future's nice, but it's not $450 nice. So, you know, that's why I haven't gotten it yet. Hopefully they can do a small restock on them. Hopefully, you know, like, you know, I can catch them at a good price. But coming in at number 7 is the Nike Future GT Wale/DMV Edition. Coming in at number 6 is the Soulfly 3s. And from what I hear, like, if you just put your name in that raffle that they had, or that like drawing that they had, you would have got them. But after like taxes and the fees and all that, retail was like $270 $275, and like, you know, retail was $225, but you know, once they add their little sauce on it, it's like $275. And I learned my lesson from the Undefeated 4. It's like, I'm not gonna do that again. So I was reluctant to hop in. But I definitely wanted those shoes, and resale on them isn't too crazy, so I will be reaching back to get those with my study money. So coming in at number 6 is the Nike Air Jordan 3 Soulfly Edition. I love that Miami look on them. Coming in at number 5 is the Nike Kobe 6 All Stars. That's a nice, clean, like creamish white colorway. I like those. I tried for them, but I missed out. And you know, resale on Kobe's, you know, tend to be crazy, so you know they're crazy on those. I hope to get them, you know, with a little bit of study money and, you know, trying to find the right deal in 2026. So that is definitely a shoe that I'm looking forward to get. So coming in at number 5 is the Nike Kobe 6 All Stars. Coming in at number 4 is the Air Jordan 10 Shadow. I thought that these were going to be a much wider release than they were, which is crazy. Like those and the steels with the toe cap, those were very limited releases, and that's why the resale is a little bit crazy on them. If those was a regular GR, both of those shoes would have sat, but it is what it is. Resale is a little bit high on them right now, so I'm just waiting to get the right price for them. So coming in at number 4 is the Air Jordan 10 Shadows. Coming in at number 3 is the Air Jordan 11 Rare Airs. I thought that the Rare Airs would semi-sit, or you know, you could like go in and get them for the price that you want them, but unfortunately, you know, they were a little bit limited. They were more limited than I thought they were. So you know, people who wanted them grabbed them, and then the resellers grabbed them and stuff like that. So you know, I'm looking to get a pair in 2026, but I just got to find them for the right price. But you know, definitely a clean shoe overall. So coming in at number 3 is the Air Jordan Retro 11 Rare Airs. Coming in at number 2 is the Air Jordan Retro 5, the Pink Awakes. I got the blue and black ones. Those were easy to get, but the pink ones was a little bit hyped. And as you can see, people got them in their top 5s of 2025. So, you know, it's just a little bit of hype on them. The hype on them is pretty real. Like, you know, it's a pretty high resale price. Hopefully I can get my study money up to help offset the cost when I do eventually pay the resale bullet and get them. They're definitely a clean shoe, and I got to add them to the collection for 2026. So coming in at number 2 is the Air Jordan Retro 5 Pink Awakes. Coming in is my number 1 shoe that I missed out on in 2025 is the Air Max 95 Neons. I don't know what's going on, man. Like every single time they do like a retro of the neons for the you know, because it's the it was the 30th anniversary or something for the 95s, and they limited the shoe. I don't know why they keep doing that. Just they make every other shoe widely available except the neons. They always limit them. And for some reason, from my understanding, they're saying that they're supposed to be giving us another retro of the neons in 2026, which doesn't make sense. And they said that there are going to be more pairs, which doesn't make sense. I don't know why they didn't drop them in 2025. I'm going to be keeping my eye to the situation. So hopefully I can get a pair of those for close to retail as I can, but that was definitely a shoe that I missed out on and I wish I could have gotten. So coming in as my number 1 shoe that I missed out on in 2025 is the Air Max 95 Neons. Alright guys, that is my top 10 sneakers that I missed out on. Comment down below the top 3, top 5, top 1 sneakers that you missed out on in 2025. Comment that down below and we can chop it up in the comment box about it. Also, if you really like this video, hit that thumbs up button, man. It really goes a long way and I really appreciate it. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, what are you doing, man? Hit that subscribe button. Takes nothing but a couple seconds and you'll be notified when I drop future videos. And lastly, peace.